So it's raining pretty well here. Outside is where we are. And we went to town today and we bought some stuff to build a Steadicam.
Yeah, and
which is cool.
FYI, if you've watched the FinalCutKing tutorial on a Steadicam, the prices have gone up. And
quite a bit.
Galvanized steel pipe was way more expensive than this. This is black cast iron or something like that.
Something along the lines.
And it was cheaper, but it still ran us everything here ran us around $20 to $25 rather than $15.
These are just 8-inch sections of 1/2 inch. Just like, what is it?
Yeah,
some kind of iron.
Yeah, black.
8-inch sections with a 1/2 inch T-joint, right in the middle. They just literally we just screwed them in. Yep. Since it's galvanized, the treads will catch.
So let's go over the shopping list real quick. You're gonna want. We only did one end cap. You can have two. It's optional to have two, but one end cap.
1/2 inch.
1/2 inch end cap.
1/2 inch end cap.
3 8-inch, 1/2 inch, diameter wise.
Yeah.
Black cast iron pipe.
And then 1/2 inch black cast iron T-joint.
And then you also need, this is called a metal flange.
It's not in the shot.
Oh god. Metal flange.
This is a flange. It's basically just you screw your pipe in it, your galvanized pipe, and you screw this into a block of wood. Make sure it has 4 holes or like 3. Just make sure there are enough.
A block of wood was free for us. I mean, you might have to buy it.
We just found a block of wood. What is this? A 2x6?
2x6.
We got a 2x6, and we actually had to overcompensated with our bolt, which we'll show you.
This is actually 3 inches long. You need like 2.5 inches.
Yeah, this is a 3-inch long. What is it? Quarter inch bolt, just with just a normal nut on the bottom. And we had to put a spacer and 2 washers on it, just so it would be short enough. That was our mistake. Okay. And so to get this through, see, we had to screw this piece of plywood on the top, so that when it went through, it would be much shorter, sticking out. Because without that, it was like 1.5 inches too high. And we put another washer on it also. See, the clearance is much less now. Some tools you're gonna need. We had to get this circular saw. We didn't buy it. A drill here with a 1/4 inch drill bit on the front.
Buy everything at one place.
Yeah.
So you can, while you're at the place, you can see if it all fits together. That's what we did.
We just built it as we went along. You're gonna need this. I told you that. You'll need some kind of camera.
We have a T3i.
Yep, that's what we're using. We found that it works better with image stabilization on, and it zoomed out all the way. You're gonna want some kind of writing utensil to mark your wood and a straight edge if you have to cut your wood first.
All right, so we will just kind of assemble.
And we'll assemble this as fast as we can here.
So we've already got these assembled. It's pretty easy. You just screw everything in.
Screw these in. Make sure this little hole right here is centered in your wood. Centered enough, basically. And you want your bolt to be farther back if you're using a DSLR on the wood, so that your lens has something to rest on up here, up further close to the front. And basically, yeah, that'll just keep it from swaying around.
The black cast iron does come it's like greasy, but all you have to do is get like a wet rag with dish soap, and wash it down.
Yeah, and it looks a whole lot cleaner too.
Yeah.
Okay. Now screw on your wood to your
do it like upside down.
Yeah. To either side here.
Do that.
To either side. It doesn't matter the top or bottom. Just don't screw it on the T facing straight down, or it'll just jack up everything.
Hold on, don't mind me.
Make sure that your dominant hand is going to be holding this part right here, the T that's on the side, because as we found out, it gets heavy, and if you're not using your dominant hand, it's going to start to actually hurt. Now, what you want to do is you want to get your weights. We're using 5 pounds here. You can use more or less, just play around with it depending on your camera. A lot of practice. And then just drop those on. And they're going to be kind of wobbly. We haven't really worked out a way to stop that. I mean, we could just like put,
little squishy thing?
Yeah, it'll be alright. You can use like a little piece of just anything. Anything will work. Any like cloth or something to make it just not wobble, but it doesn't really wobble when you're holding it. Okay, now you have this. And as you can see, the gravity's pulling it down pretty good. Basically, you just put the washer on the top and you screw your camera on, and then you're done. That's all she wrote. It's really easy. How much did it cost?
It cost 20 to 25. For us, like, we bought all the metal minus an end cap because we didn't think we really needed an end cap on the other end.
This one right here.
So that alone cost $20.26. all these. I can't remember the exact pricing they had. They're like $2
like,
and like
two
60
something.
cents.
Yeah, it wasn't much. This isn't very
So-
expensive.
I mean, versus a $500 Rhino Steady and stuff like that, you're saving a lot.
Yeah, and I mean, you can tell the difference between the two, but it's not that huge. Okay, so that's all she wrote with the build.
Yeah, I can see myself now. We can both see
Man,
ourselves.
let's hit it. Let's hit some test footage.